Hello, I'm Omri. It's been a while since I did this. I had stuff to say, and I forgot what those things were. Now you're stuck here with me. The hat is unrelated, or maybe it is related. Maybe I'm just, I don't know, showing my true colors. And fun fact, to the left on my screen is a picture of Mimi in real life, like my real face. And I'm not going to show you that. You have to pay for that. I hope I'm not too quiet. Because I feel like I'm either blown out or too quiet because I don't know audio. And I'm going to be painting. The hat actually has to do with the series that I'm still in conceptual stages. I want to say I'm working on, but that's a lie. I've been putting it off because I've been anxious. And perhaps this is either a face reveal of sorts. A spiritual face reveal. I did do tongue twisters and speaking exercises before this, if you could believe that. But my mouth gets very dry. I have to edit out the mouth noises, and that sucks. That's never fun to do. But yeah, I've done a lot of. I feel like I'm making a YouTuber apology video about my sighing. Self-reflection. And I've ultimately come to the conclusion that I canceled myself. And that sounds dumb, I know. Oh, I found this cool thing. So X, you switch between the two colors, right? The foreground and background color. Press C, and your brush just becomes an eraser. That's cool, huh? Oh, that's not right. That's not right. Don't do that. I'm really tech savvy, you guys. What was I going to say? Oh, right. I think I canceled myself. And what do I mean by that? I mean that I basically, in my mind, went on like a weird hate campaign against myself. And I would just refuse to do anything. As to, what I did deserve my own self-canceling. I existed. Perhaps that's a bit oversharing. Well, I don't see it as oversharing. You don't need to know the details, and I'm not going to tell you the details. Just that I felt very, 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 very bad about myself. So I didn't do things because I thought, much like how people try to cancel each other, that when people do bad things, they deserve bad things to happen to them. And of course, obviously, people do terrible things, and, finger too short? Might be. I tabbed away. At least. I might be a little too short. Let me see. Okay, it's a little stubby, but we're making work. Obviously, people do bad things, and in an ideal world, they answer for those things. But this isn't an ideal world. And this sounds like I'm trying to like defend someone, and I hope that's not what I'm doing. Really, I just want to talk into the void. Because the void has to listen. The void is literally a black hole that it has to suck up everything, whether it likes it or not. So it's gonna suck up my voice in my lonely YouTube channel. I guess okay, so to like simplify what I'm saying, now it's like weirdly phallic. Not what I want. I guess I could just make it straight like it is in the picture. No, I don't like that. But to simplify what I'm saying, there has to be a shortcut to flip the canvas without tapping back the window. And I won't know what it is until after this video. What I'm trying to say about the self-canceling. Is that this is like a terrible video and it's boring and not fun to watch. That's not a bad thing. Um, yeah, I worried a lot about how I would be perceived and if, stuff I did was any good, and came to the conclusion that if it wasn't any good, then I shouldn't do it. And that's dumb. I don't know. There's a quote by Neil Gaiman that says, make good art. And I'm going to say, no, Neil Gaiman. I'm going to make bad art. Because the act of creating is worth it in of itself. In of itself. So make bad art. And that's what I'm going to do. Make terrible videos. Terribly unfunny, boring videos. terrible, awful, inaccurate art. And be a terribly awkward, uncharismatic, unlikable person. And you're not gonna stop me. I hope this isn't. I don't mean to be like I'm gonna be a bad person. It's not gonna be the great person that I felt like I had to be. I think I go on about this every time I do art because art makes me feel philosophical. And doing art and needing to talk over it makes me realize my inner workings. It makes me like realize my demons. Is it weird that when I said demon, I pictured someone with like a three people's hat, like a really expensive hat, knit cap? I don't know necessarily why I thought that, but that's the picture that came up in my mind. And yeah, I realized I keep stopping and being like, oh, am I getting off track or whatever? And it doesn't matter. This is going to be a terrible video and I'm not going to stay on topic and I'm just not going to be entertaining. I can do that, right? I can be boring and uninteresting. So that's what I'm going to do. It's just silence for the rest, like 45 minutes. Um, yeah, I realized I didn't give myself a chance. You know, one of my like greatest fears is that I'll do something questionable, maybe not something outright malicious, badly timed, like whatever's going on downstairs, being very loud, and people come after me. You know, they'll dox my graveyard, call me terrible things, and wish terrible things happen to me. Oh my god, that's loud as fuck. Whatever's going on downstairs. The zombies are causing a ruckus. I'm gonna say. I forgot. Yes, but that is my greatest fear, to get canceled essentially. My mouth did a weird gross mouth thing. And like I've come to the conclusion if I'm gonna be on the internet and if I want to find success, that's probably gonna happen. But and when it does, I'll be able to get through it. There's something that I've heard before. And this kind of depends on your perspective of things. But I think it's good advice. So I'm going to say it now. And I'm going to postpone saying it for as long as I can to keep me watching. the saying is, your problem with me is not my problem. And that does not excuse, obviously, awful things people do. That does, smack you in the face. It smacks me in the face, realizing it's not my business what people think about me. And it's not my job to worry whether people are not like me. So, why not just be terrible? Why not just be worst, most awkward, unfunny, untalented, like just loser in every sense of the word? Because people will hate me no matter what. But yeah. I've realized what a fool I was. I wanted to say that dramatically. And it didn't sound right. And I'm gonna edit this and it's gonna sound even worse. Okay, I'm back. I took a little pause for the zombies. And I realized just I'm gonna suck to someone. I'm gonna suck to someone always. I'm always gonna be kind of sucky to someone. So why not just give myself a chance to do this dance? I'm coming to a point in my afterlife where I realize it's all up to me how the rest of my time here goes. Obviously, I can't control, what happens after I take action. What could, someone said it at one point, I'm sure, but not deciding is still a decision you make. Something like that. And I realized I came to the realization is that was the decision I was making. By canceling myself, by not letting myself work or do anything. I had decided preemptively that I didn't deserve it. For, myriad of personal reasons that I will never, ever, 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 ever get into. Um, just because it frankly is not your business. And yeah, I think I've said this in every one of my art videos. Art just makes me weirdly. I'm gonna move on from that finger. I need to fix the layers in that area before I can be happy with what I have there. Oh, I came up on the mic that was very quiet. Me just now? I definitely had this talk before, but I think it was during one of the the Barts, that video art that I think I lost the footage of I'm gonna be average. And people are gonna hate me. People are not gonna care about me. But never does that ever need to stop me. And I think I realized that people not liking me. Ooh, I felt that weird noise, mouth noise I made. I realized people not liking me isn't my responsibility. It's like not my job. It's not my job to get you to like me. My job, I don't have a job. My job is to get a job. I said I'd come back to you. It's my job to make the most of my time here. It's my job to stop living in my head in the reality where I do everything wrong, all the time. That's the reality I live in. I don't want to live in that reality anymore. And yeah, this is gonna, I mean, I guess I'm like so traumatized by like early YouTube internet days of like this is gonna end up in like a cringe compilation. And I mean, it will, but eventually. But who cares? Not my fault you're cringing at me. In fact, it says a lot more about you if you see someone talking. Oh, I hate that person, cringe. That's a really extreme reaction for a stranger on an anime persona on YouTube. Why do you care so much? That was really confrontational. I didn't want that to come off that way. I've just been thinking a lot about how people hate cringe, and it's so dumb. It's so dumb. There are actual problems in the world. Like, shut up. I don't want to hear about how you saw this TikTok compilation that was cringe and it made you angry. That is 100% on you. Yeah, so try not to repeat myself, but I want to keep talking. And those two desires are at conflict with each other at the moment. So I'm going to be making a lot more stuff soon. Like, I mean, making a lot of stuff, more stuff now. You're just not gonna see it for a little bit because it takes time to do things. But you're witnessing a new era in my afterlife where I stop wasting my goddamn time and just do the things I want to do. Like, yes, I could get a lot of hate and things go awful, or I could make sure things go awful by not doing nothing. What? Yes, things could go awful and terrible things could happen to me by putting myself out there. That's an if. That's not guaranteed. What is guaranteed, if I do nothing, that I'll be miserable and I'll fade away to nothing. And my second chance on this green and blue marble that's rotting away will be wasted. And which one would I rather have? And honestly, I'd be in control of my own downfall than risk it. And that made me realize how deep in the trenches I really am. I think people, I came to the realization recently that I have a fear of success. And that sounds so dumb, but it's so embarrassingly accurate. I just didn't try. Not to be like, oh, I'm awesome, I can do anything. Because I do have my limits, of course. It's just that okay, fine, fine. You've forced my hand. I'll mask off. I'm scared of hurting people. I'm terrified of hurting people to the point where I believe that it is better to do nothing, say nothing, and be nobody than to risk ever offending or hurting anybody. Because pain changes you. And it changes the course of your life. And you can say whatever you want about, you control how you respond, and that's true. But pain has to hurt. And it needs to be healed. Why? When I, very, very long ago, I made a promise to never hurt anyone. Because I know what it felt like. And I've taken that promise to the extremes. I've denied myself the chance to live my life out of fear of ever, ever risking making anyone's life worse off for even a minute. I don't talk to people. I don't reach out. Because what if I offend them? I just wanted to sort of see where that ended. Okay. And I realized that's just a very stupid thing to do. At one point, maybe it was noble, but now it's just stupid. I'm not responsible for how people respond to me. I'm responsible for the things I say, the things I do, and the things I believe in. I'm responsible for putting this video up and having it affect how people see me. And I think I hid behind that logic for a very long time. That if I just don't try, if I just disappear and become a ghost, I won't hurt anybody. I won't continue the cycle. Because that was always my greatest fear. And I realize now what an absolute load of bullshit that is. Why did I just get British? There are things out of my control. There are things that are in my control. If I hurt someone, well, it's kind of up to the person I hurt to tell me that I hurt them. In case I did it on purpose, and I know that they hurt them, but I feel like my fear is that I wouldn't know. I'd say something by accident, that they would, a confrontation would happen. I would apologize, and maybe they'll never forgive me. And maybe in the eyes of thousands of people across the world, I'll be a terrible, monstrous person. I don't want to be. I don't ever want to be seen like that. I can't control how people see me. And I'm tired of hiding behind my fear. It's time for me to make the most of my time here. In whatever cringy, awful, unfunny, boring, stupid, dumbass ways I can think of. Because it doesn't matter if you like me or not. The world's gonna keep on turning. And I need to start being more realistic about the power that I actually have. I think I had a very inflated sense of self-importance, thinking that it was my job not to hurt anybody because, I don't know, I had some sort of divine power that decided whether or not everyone who came across me would be happy or not. That's stupid. That's up to them. I don't want to feel that important. I want to feel like me. So that is what I'm going to do. The funny thing is, I've been looking into like how to make your like YouTube content better, how to edit your videos, or retention, and like what I've learned is to like not be me, and I mean that very sincerely. Like, don't pause too much, don't whatever, keep your energy up, or I don't know, whatever. Make it engaging. I don't need to care. It's not my job to get you to like me. Yeah, maybe if I like one damn successful influencer, quote unquote, but still, then it's not my job to change your opinion on me. It's my job to create content. So I'm gonna stop thinking that every little thing I do impacts the world, because it really doesn't. And I'm gonna start owning up to my mistakes. And the biggest mistake I've made just not trying. Not trying and trying to not trying and then justifying why I didn't try. Because there's no reason not to try. I was scared. I still am scared. Like, y'all, I like almost passed out before I recorded this. And like, no one's gonna see it. Like, it's gonna have 15 views. Most of them are from the, like 2 friends I have. Like, who cares? Like, nobody cares. I need to stop thinking that I'm doing some sort of righteous good. By minding, just sitting here and being nobody. Because it's not doing anything. I'm just not that important. And this doesn't mean that I'm gonna be like, fuck people, I don't care what people think. I'm still gonna try to be nice to people whenever I possibly can, and I will try to be a responsible person and own up to mistakes that I make. But I'm done overcorrecting. I'm done trying to repent from this weird sin of existing, and I'm just gonna I'm just gonna say fuck it. I gotta try. There's no reason not to. I've really just been making excuses. Excuses need to stop. So this is me. This is me with my dunce cap on, realizing that I've been quite the dunce. And admitting that I keep semi getting accents and it's weird. That I was so wrong about everything. And that I really am okay. Okay to do what I want, to draw, how paint however badly I want. And it really is okay. What's not okay is this finger anatomy. I don't have more to say. Is it bad that I'm using YouTube as like a diary? It's not great, but at the same time, I remember, man, those fingers are just like too chunky or something. They're bothering me now. I'm just gonna move up as I end the video. Um, but I remember when I was really struggling, when things were very dark and very bad and very sad. The hardest part was having nothing and nowhere to go and nothing to relate to. So, by putting this out there, my hope is that it gets a lot of views and I get my hope is that someone finds it who feels like they have this problem that no one else seems to have and they can't figure out why or how or when. And to say that it's okay. Things are hard. It's okay to be wrong and bad at things. In my mind, I'm like, man, this is gonna end up in like a video essay or something about someone 10 years down the line. And yeah, maybe. But right now, who cares? There's 8 billion people on this little dying, burning marble. So why not? I keep pausing because I feel like my stuff, what I say is so cheesy that like I expect like Hallmark music to like cut in like pleasant like royalty free music. Do, 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 like really sentimental stuff. But no, I just talk with pauses because I have a speech impediment and also I don't talk very often, so my throat gets really dry. So I like need to stop to breathe and it hurts a lot. I'm not pausing to be dramatic. I'm pausing because either my brain stops or my mouth stops or my throat burns. Anyway, that's it for today. Needed some chunky ass fingers. The wrist is looking okay. What else? Oh, now I talked a lot about stuff that's important to me. And hopefully this is a sign of good things. And that things are going to be different. Because I'm going to try to be different. And I'm going to stop hiding. My mouth just did the gross thing. And I'm sorry because I'm sitting here thinking that was the most fucking self-congratulatory, pretentious bullshit I've ever spewed. And I really don't want to seem like that. Just know that when I speak into the microphone with my gross ass mouth noises, my speech impediment, my like dry mouth noises, there it was again. I speak from the heart. And that's not always a good thing. Because the heart is deeply flawed and irrational. and unfiltered. I'm like a glass of orange juice with all pulp. And when you drink me, you choke. But like there might be something good in there. Yeah. That's it. I'm gonna probably put off editing this because I'm like, I don't want to listen to me talk about life again. But I'll put it up there because I don't want to. Because that's how you change. It's doing stuff that you don't really want to do. I'm gonna put this up. And people won't see it. And the people who do will either like it or hate it. And it's not my fault. My mind's going into like overdrive, being like, I can't say that because this is going to excuse awful behavior down the line. And I am very aware of that. And I will be very mindful and cautious of that. I do not wish to hurt anybody. But I need to stop thinking I'm so important and so responsible that everything I do is life or death. I'm just a rando on the internet with an anime face. I want to end this video with like a very like smooth, powerful statement. I feel like it'll end up like a Starman video or something. And my phone just ran out of memory. So I'm recording the VTube studio on my phone. Yeah, so I guess that's it. I don't know, take with what you want with what. Thanks for watching.